Welcome to the Fast Mode podcast series. I'm Tara Neal, and with me today is Sam Bednall, Head of Product Solutions Development at Telstra Digital Infrastructure. The company's market-leading network covers points of presence close to 200 countries and territories. The company is responsible for a significant amount of Asia's internet traffic, providing the region with one of the largest and most reliable undersea cable networks in the world. Sam joins us post AsiaTech Times Singapore 2026 to discuss some of the main themes and insights from the show. Welcome, Sam. Great to have you on today's episode.
Thanks, Sarah. Great to be here.
Awesome. All right. Okay. So, as the head of product solution development in your new role, how do you see the way global networks are being redesigned in the advent of AI and new computing demands?
Oh, very good question, Tara. So I guess when it comes to network design, there's a general understanding that distributed architectures are now going to be default, and workloads can run anywhere from a hyperscaler region to an edge data center to even far edge locations like factory floors. So when we consider the design of networks, we primarily break it down into three components. First of all, it's the global backbone, so high capacity point-to-point services connecting regions together. The edge network WAN underlay, so branch to data center networking services. And thirdly, the cloud interconnection, so aggregation points for our customers to connect to cloud providers and other ecosystem partners. So double clicking on that a little bit. So starting with the core network backbone, and we're seeing unprecedented AI scale capacity demand where customers are now treating terabit capacity requests as routine. As you move closer to the edge, latency and determinism are becoming critical design factors, particularly when supporting AI inference workloads such as agentic AI workflows. And then thirdly, on the cloud interconnection, these are providing critical services for hybrid cloud and hybrid AI architectures and ensuring there's a network presence as close to these integration points as possible is key. I guess then looking at the network management side of things, and networks are becoming more autonomous and self-optimizing with AI embedded into the core operations to support intent-driven orchestration, predictive maintenance, and even self-healing capabilities. And then finally, networks are becoming more programmable, where elements are being exposed via APIs for customers and partners to integrate with for a variety of use cases across quote to order, provisioning, and observability.
Wow, amazing, isn't it? How, in the last, I guess, 5 years, we are seeing so much change in the way networks are operating, and like you rightly pointed out, there's a demand for capacity, then people want latency, and determinism, like you said, and we need to support cloud workloads. Well, I guess, like in your role, you would see demands coming from different industries, right? And each of them will have a different mix of SLAs and stuff. So I guess it's going to be like quite a challenging task moving ahead to meet all this demand. And talking about that, how do you see a growing number of priorities that we have just talked about taking shape, and what is the number one priority? Like we've talked about capacity and then the flexibility, performance, but what are you seeing as the biggest priority?
Look, priorities are converging, but I guess right now it would have to be performance as the defining metric. But maybe I can expand on that a little bit because performance is contextual. And it really will depend, the expectations differ depending on what the network is being used for at the time. So, just replaying some of the points before, but, if you're exploring AI inference, real-time applications, autonomous applications, ultra low latency is critical. If you're looking for, data transfer and AI training workloads, high throughput is key from a performance metric. And if you're running mission critical workloads, then obviously resilience is the performance metric that is most important. But what we're seeing, particularly with AI, is predictable performance is important rather than best efforts. And this is requiring an investment in quality underlay rather than commodity internet links. You touched on a couple of other metrics as well. Flexibility is a close second, and primarily due to the fact that workloads can be run anywhere these days, and often change location, whether that be cloud or edge or a combination of both. And so,
Mhm.
software defined, on demand, programmable connectivity, even now at an optical fiber level, is becoming quite important for companies' requirements. And you touched on reach as well, and I'll close out there. I think reach is no longer a differentiator on its own. And given the advancements in satellite technology and LEO particularly, there aren't too many places on the planet that can't access high bandwidth, low latency connectivity services these days. The important element from a telco like Telstra is how do we integrate these newer access technologies into a broader enterprise network?
Wow, interesting. You brought out, about this term predictable, right? So it has to be
Mm,
predictable, no longer best effort, like you said, and that basically underpins the expectations of so many industries out there. And I'm sure that when your clients come to you, that's the kind of expectations they have, the
yes,
SLAs that we are looking at, right?
yes, exactly, exactly.
Mhm. Wow. And, we are in APAC right now, and we are seeing this is a high growth area, right? And you guys are right in the hub of APAC. So there are a lot of things happening, and we know that there's a lot of talk about sovereignty, and there's talk about digital economy and stuff. There's a
Mm.
lot of demand and new industries, and industries are expanding, and they are going through digital transformation. So we see all this in this area. So among all these and maybe other factors, what do you see as the biggest driver of demand for global networking solutions in this region?
Uh, Look, I'll probably break it into two areas. First of all, from a technology standpoint, as you've just heard us talk about, AI and cloud in general are driving unprecedented demand for compute, storage, and connectivity infrastructure across the region. However, there is a few other areas that make APAC unique and exciting. APAC's digital economy is one of the fastest growing, if not the fastest growing economies in comparison to any other region. And growth is not just in mature markets anymore, like Singapore, Japan, Australia, but right across the region. There's a boom in India for infrastructure. Most of the countries within South Asia are having hyperscale investment and so on. Um, Also, compared to other regions, APAC has a fragmented regulatory environment. You touched on sovereignty before, but this is accelerating the demand for localized infrastructure investments, where data needs to remain in country, networking needs to have in region routing capabilities. And so this is driving a lot of localized investment. I guess, and thirdly, a consideration specifically for networking, but the requirements for companies for resilience and route diversity is probably greater than any other region. There's regular cable outages due to seismic activity or fishing and otherwise. So many organizations are looking at that diversity to ensure that their applications are not impacted. So I guess to close, what makes APAC so exciting is just that combination of hyperscaler demand and
Hmm.
geographical diversity.
Hmm.
So it's an exciting place to work.
And a unique one as well, right? With a combination of different
Absolutely.
factors and all. Yeah, awesome. Well, I guess that's brilliant insights, and it brings us to the end of our session. So thank you, Sam, for joining us today and sharing these insights, especially on how things are evolving in the connectivity space in APAC, and also Telstra's role in this space.
Amazing to be here, Tara. Thank you.
And to everyone tuning in, thank you guys for listening. If you want to learn more, visit www.telstrainternational.com and follow us for more updates and insights as we continue to uncover the latest in technology and telecommunications. See you in our next session. Bye bye.